I think we're live. How are you, Miss Sue?
I am wonderful. How about you?
I am doing good. It's dark outside. It's kind of
I
weird. It's eight
know it's
o'clock.
kind of depressing, actually. I feel like I should be going to bed right now.
Yeah, yeah. I think I feel the same way. I've actually had a long day. I've been up since 5. So
Yeah, that's it. Well, I know with the weather and everything, I'm getting up at 5 too, and it's like makes for a very long day.
yeah,
But
yeah.
anyway, let's jump right in. Welcome everyone to QFF, which stood for Quick Fire Fridays hyphen now on Thursday. We'll probably come up with a new title. I've been working on some. I'll throw them out to you later, but I've been working on a few new titles. But until we actually come up with a new one, we're going to call it QFF now on Thursday. So welcome to anybody that's online, and hopefully people are joining us live. And if not, they can watch later on. Why don't you bring up the QFF page and just show people where they can find us, and
Okay.
then we can talk about that as well later on. But today we're going to talk about LinkedIn. We've been, in the last couple of webinars we've done, Hangouts actually, we have been talking about social media and how real estate and realtors should be using this. So go ahead, why don't you jump in and show them how to find us on the website and the
Yeah.
webinars?
Yeah, absolutely. Basically go to mbuzz.com and right under the real estate tab here, you'll see QFF. I've already got it open to that page. And if you just scroll down just a little bit, this was the intro to this class on LinkedIn we're doing today. And right here, if you on the I want to attend, if you click that, this will be updated each week with our new topic, like you'll see right up here. And then just put your first name and your best email, hit register now, and it'll bring you to telling you that you're very awesome, and and then you'll get a reminder about the webinar coming up at 8 o'clock on that next Thursday. So there you go.
Cool. Very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you can see all of our webinars further down. Click on any of those or go to the YouTube channel and search for it there as well. How do they find it on the YouTube channel? Just search for you under MB Buzz. Is that what you have it under?
Yeah, or if you get right here, you can just click right here on the YouTube channel.
Perfect.
It'll bring them right on over. And we've created a playlist. So all 31 videos that are for the Quickfire Fridays are just sitting right there.
Perfect. That's
Yep.
awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks. Terrific. Okay, so I thought we'd just give a brief intro. LinkedIn's been around for quite a while. And I just thought we'd kind of talk about why and what the importance of using LinkedIn is. LinkedIn was actually, I was just reading some stats on this, the site officially launched on May the 5th in 2003. And at the end of the first month in operation, LinkedIn had a total of 4,500 members in their network. So amazing, just in a month what they grew. Now LinkedIn has over 380 million registered members. And there's over 39 million students and college graduates on LinkedIn. So they say they are the fastest growing demographic for on here. But LinkedIn's it's a business social media site, more for looking for those jobs. It is a great place for real estate and getting referrals and get your name out there. But I don't know if you want to add a little bit more into that. I'm trying to give a synopsis of what it is for those who may not already have a LinkedIn account.
Yeah, I mean, I think what you said's right on. I mean, what I've always told people is it's the best place to connect with business-minded people. And of course, for real estate, that would be the investor, that would be other real estate agents, as two examples. And we can dig into a little bit more of some of the ways you can use LinkedIn for different types of lead gen for real estate. So
okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So I was trying to find on my account. I guess I've been a member since 2007. That's what I was looking for. So I know it says in there. So I've been on here quite a bit. Again, so they started in 2003. 4 years later, I finally jumped on the bandwagon.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
I wasn't on right away either. I think, in fact, I think I just noticed it because I popped in, I opened my profile. I want to say I might have been maybe the year before you I think, maybe at the earliest. So, yeah.
That's funny. But once I get on there, again, I'm on here, and some of the things we're going to talk about is, showing people how to create that LinkedIn account. Again, if you've never been on LinkedIn, you probably want to just go to linkedin.com, and you can go to, when you get to the page, you'll either, if you already have an account, it'll say sign on, or if you want to sign up, you sign up. And like any other account, you just put in your information and go from there. It's real important in LinkedIn to make sure you do fill out most of your profile information. So everything from your education. The reason for that is the more information you have, the more links and connections you're going to be able to find, I think. So people can find you from your past work, from where you went to high school, where you went to college, all the different jobs you've had in the past. So that's the way LinkedIn works for, I guess, the search features. Trying to think what else. Your profile, you can put in a picture, you can have a background, and further along, I'm just going to say, I'm going to share. I'm going to share my screen if I can do that. That's the chat. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to go to right here. Let me know if you see my.
Yeah, just got it.
Okay. So you're seeing LinkedIn?
I am.
And you're seeing my mouse move right now?
I am.
Cool. Okay. So we're on my LinkedIn page. My profile is what you're actually looking at. So this is where, when I go on here, this is where I can see what everyone has done. It gives you, and I'm only a free account. I don't pay for the premium. Are you a free or premium?
Been free this whole time.
Me too. Yep. So I haven't seen a need to upgrade. There's some other features that you can do with the premium, but for what I use it for, this has been fine for me. So, but could probably talk about the differences in the premium. Excuse me. A little bit of allergies going on tonight, so I'm going to probably lose my voice real soon. But anyhow, you can see all the people that I've connected to. I can read what their comments are, what they've been posting, things like that. If you want to view who's looked at your profile, you can look over there as well. So your this page here is pretty much what I would, I guess, say is comparable to your Facebook newsfeed.
Yeah, yeah.
I would, is the way to look at it.
Yeah.
See what's going on.
Absolutely.
There we go. So if you want to go over to your profile, some of the things you're going to see on here that everybody can see, again, is going to be a picture, and you can see my background. I've got the ocean, so you can put your company logo, whatever you'd like to see there. And of course, all your information, your previous, your education, as much as you want to fill in. So I have over 500 plus connections. You can add your volunteering experience. So right now, I've not done that. I'm bad. I haven't done that. But here's a summary of all my expertise and things like that, what I want to put out there, what I want people to know me about. Then you go to an experience, excuse me. And you can edit this, of course, anytime. You can add, delete, go through all this. So that's all that. A lot of business there. Down at the bottom is skills and endorsements. For many people who are on LinkedIn, you may see something pop up that says somebody just endorsed you, which is great. When they do that, it shows up at the bottom of your profile. So 71 people have endorsed me for real estate, 59 for sellers. You can see there's 35 new homes and so forth. So it's always good to get those endorsements. And then, of course, recommendations are even better. Make sure you fill out all your organizations. Again, that's another great thing to have. Any awards you've gotten, and languages. If you speak another language, that's good. So the recommendations you can see here, this is where other people can log on and within LinkedIn and fill out information about what they work with you, what the connection is. So you can see some of those. But that's always good to do. And go ahead and do it for other people as well, which really helps them too. So I think that's all I really want to talk about at this juncture on your profile. Did I miss anything there?
I think a couple of strategic things, since we're talking about the profile, that can help to some extent. is, make sure. Well, here it's easier for me if let me just quickly. I'll just quickly show a couple of things if that's all right.
Sure.
Let me know when you see my
I
page
do.
pop up.
Mm-hmm.
As Miss Sue, she had a picture, your name. This tagline right here, this part right here is really important that you take advantage and tell people what you can do for them. It's underutilized, but it is by far your picture, your name, and this right here are the first things people look at if they found you. And it's important that it indicates to them what and how you might be able to help them. The other thing to note as you scroll down, there are places here where you can upload, videos, images, documents, presentations, and stuff like that. And you can change the order of how you want all of this information to kind of play itself out. And how you title all of your experiences and the keywords that you use in your descriptions can help you be found for various terms. So if you want to be found for the word realtor, real estate, Myrtle Beach, different things like that, you can put those in, and Miss Sue's absolutely right that filling in your information and all the places you've worked and all the various things like that are ways that past friends, colleagues, schoolmates, etc. can find you. And of course, contacts in real estate are crucial. So,
Right.
if there's a friend that you knew from some other place up north, and that they find you, and they all of a sudden they say, "Hey, we're moving down there," or "Hey, we're buying a place down there," you want to make sure they can find you because maybe you've lost touch with them. So,
What I have found also is that a lot of clients, people that are thinking about working with you, they'll look on LinkedIn. They'll check out Facebook, but they'll also look on LinkedIn for you. Because again, LinkedIn is more of that social media and a business part. So they're more apt to look here to see, well, what kind of stuff have you been doing? So that's why it's important to have all of this stuff filled out.
absolutely agree.
So the other thing too is there's a lot of different applications or add-ons that you can add to this. Like you could put your YouTube channel link in here. There's a SlideShare if anybody uses SlideShare, which is what I use a lot. There's a link you can put in there, so people could just click on that and take them right to your YouTube channel. I don't know whether you have that on yours or not.
I used to.
Yeah,
I just now use these features here. Like if I don't, you can't see the pop up, but you can see it turn blue. If I click that, this is where I can add a URL to either a picture, a video, etc. And then when you add them, they show up down below.
Down below, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then that's pretty good. You could like just feature a video.
Yeah, absolutely. Or add, projects, or if you wanted, you could share a video on,
So for real estate, I mean, I'm just thinking here, if I were going to do an open house, that's another great place to put it. Besides on Facebook, put it on your LinkedIn.
Sure. Yeah, you could.
And just share it with people out there.
Yeah, and and whatever your niche is, if you're trying to attract buyers that are coming from out of town, you could have a buyer's guide on there.
Right.
Things like that. Depending on your niche, a lot of what you would put there is all dependent upon who you're trying to attract. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And if you want to show them while you've got yours open, if you click on where your picture is up in the upper right for your profile and go to settings, I think it's in there. Yeah, and go to where it says settings. Yeah. And then you scroll down to the bottom.
Oops, it's asking me to.
Oh, yeah. You got to put your password in there. Yeah.
I haven't logged in.
Okay, right there. That's perfect. You see where it says this is where you can join groups and companies, or you can see what groups they're there. And you can also, this is where since you already have applications, see where it says view applications. But if you don't have any applications, it'll say add applications.
Right.
So that's where you see all your applications and everything. So you've got a lot more applications going than I do. So
yeah,
I'm not so giving in LinkedIn. I don't like to share a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you brought here, because a lot of people, I find there's a lot of real estate agents who on Facebook are a little uncomfortable sometimes because of the what they feel is a lack of privacy. And one of the things you can do on Facebook, or sorry, on LinkedIn, is you can lock yourself down pretty tightly if you want. It's, you know, it's kind of up to you, but if you just carefully look through each one of these various things, you can allow access, not allow access to various things, all the way down to your contacts. So
right. So yep. And again, and communication. I don't know what's still in there. It's been a while since I looked at that. The one right underneath profile. What is that for?
things like how often you get notifications,
Right.
and
Okay.
things like that. Yeah.
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 Now, see, for like, I belong to a number of groups, but I only get, I've went from daily to weekly updates. I just don't have time to read them all day. So I've
Yeah.
gone to weekly updates.
Yeah, and I just
So,
clicked on that particular one, and then if you want messages from other members, you know, you just click the pencil, and then you can adjust accordingly. These are all
right.
just settings you can.
That's one of the things I really like about LinkedIn is there's just so much more flexibility in what you can allow and not, you know, like I'm constantly, you know, with Facebook, you're getting notifications, you know, on this, that, the other thing, especially if you started with a conversation, then every time someone updates it, you're getting dinged and, you know, so.
Yeah, yeah. I just
So,
found it where I did join in 2006, March 10th, right there.
oh, okay.
I just saw it. I
There you
thought it
go.
was 2000. I was trying to remember when you said
Yeah.
2007. I thought I'm 2006.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So while we're here, I mean, under your picture, you know, there's account basics, and just a quick. Oh, no, sorry, not that's the wrong one. Under
the account tells you that one tells you your account type is basic versus
right.
premium.
Right. Here's where you can update, you know, passwords and different things like that. And just
right.
couple things like that. You can manage your Twitter settings here, so you can actually can connect multiple Twitter accounts if you want, and then pick the main one that you want to share from. There's different things like that that you can do back here. You just have to kind of open up and just kind of go through each one and figure out how you're going to use it or not use it, depending on your personal sort of needs and things like that.
Right. Right. Okay, cool. So we've gone over the profile, all that kind of stuff. Now I'm an agent. So I've got my LinkedIn account. Now what?
Well,
help me, Peter. Help me.
Well, from a lead gen standpoint, let me start big picture and tell you some of the areas of real estate that LinkedIn can work really well for. You know, a lot of people think of LinkedIn as really a B2B medium, and probably it is favored in that respect, but it also will work for B2C. But let me give you some examples, and I mentioned a couple of these already, but I'll just repeat them quickly.
Just for our audience, B2B is business to business.
Yeah.
And B2C is business to client.
Yeah, business
customer,
consumer, depending on.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and so one of the groups that you can certainly find and attract and make relationships with is real estate investors. There are real estate investor groups, etc. And those, of course, are a nice client to get if you know how to work with that type of a real estate client, because they can buy multiple properties. You can find other agents from other markets and therefore set up referral means between you and them, you know, form a relationship with agents from different parts of the Northeast, and you know, set up referral networks if you got somebody moving up that way, and vice versa. Finding home builders, finding construction companies, HR companies, or relocation specialists. All of these industries and the people within them do help people with relocation and moving and finding new places. And again, these are great people to make relationships with and see if you can become their sort of friend and help their clients find a new place to move to or relocate to. On a local level, just joining local groups and things like that to find local sellers and local buyers and making those connections. And then you mentioned it, but I'll just do a tweak on it. You know, the better you're at putting in all your information, so that not only can the people find you, but you can find your past colleagues, friends, schoolmates, and different people you've worked at with different companies. Those are all fantastic connections, because, you know, if you can help them in their business, they'll often help you in yours. So just, you know, sending referrals and leads back and forth. I could go on, but I would say those are some of the big ones that you can certainly.
Do you want to demo how someone would do a search? Say, okay, I want to find somebody. Maybe I went to school or work had worked at a previous job with. Where's that? How do they begin that search?
For schools and stuff, let's see. Can you give me an example of a school? Well, here,
Uh,
I'll use mine because I know
okay,
I'm originally from Canada, as you know. So
right.
if I put in NDS, or actually, I'll put my university. I'll put University UVic. Um, let's see, UVic Facility of Business, University of Victoria, Canada. So there's my school. And it gives you a little bit of history and then the students and alumni section. There's me, and of course all these ones at the top are people I know very, very well. And as I would scroll further and further, down,
Down,
I'm
right,
some of these people I don't know who the hell they are.
right,
They were there when I was there, but I don't know,
right, right,
or they
right.
weren't. When they're there at a different time. But I can certainly start connecting with them. Like I know everybody in these first two rows really well, and then after that they start becoming less.
Right. Okay.
Less people I know. In fact, I don't see anybody I know, and then there's one. So anyway, that's just one example of how you might find some people from your
Okay.
past school. One of the best ways, in my opinion, is finding people who have a topic that you're interested in, they're interested in. So if you go to groups right here, and then type in, real estate, maybe try investor. Let's see what, and I hit enter. There was some stuff that already had pulled up in the drop down, but you can see real estate agents that show up that way,
Right.
and things like that. If I
Now, if you knew a specific person, you would just put that specific person's name up in that search bar,
sure,
correct?
sure,
Okay.
absolutely. And
Just
then
like in Facebook.
yeah, and as you can see down here, there's some groups, right? There's a real estate investor group, real estate investors referral network, real estate. So, if I have no idea how big any one of these are, I'll just click that one and see what happens here. This one has 19,000 members in it.
Yeah.
So I could join that group, start making some conversation, find out.
Now let me ask you a question. A group that size, would you even want to?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, obviously not everybody in that group's going to be somebody who's going to be looking at, but this is and that's, I'm so glad you said that, because one of the things you need to look at before you even join a group is just look at the activity, right? Here's something from a day ago, 3 months ago, 8 hours ago, 1 hour ago, 5 hours ago. This is a fairly active group, right? Because there's a lot of recent activity and posts and stuff like that. So that's a good thing. It's got a lot of people.
Right.
So, when you join, you start a discussion, and the very first thing, just like any conversation when you're meeting new people, say hello, introduce yourself, where you're from, and you'll be surprised in a group like this if you say you're a realtor and you join the group because you wanted to see if you could meet with other realtors and or investors who were looking at the Myrtle Beach market. And just want to talk about the topic of investment and learn about it. If you go in with kind of an open frame of mind, instead of trying to tell everybody what you know, find out what they know, let them talk about themselves, you'll start getting a lot of people who'll start telling you all kinds of stuff. And then you can sift through kind of who you want to connect with. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
While you're on there too, what I see next to your icons for the mail, you see the flag, you have a wand, and then you want to show people what those are there?
Yeah, like this is if I had any messages I hadn't looked at. This means somebody this is Ruth Lamone from Colwell Chikora is now a connection. These are other posts and people that I'm connected to and things that they've done, everything from they've published an article to endorsing me for something. And then this one is people who want to connect. So these are somebody named Sam Doyle, who's the vice president at 247 IT Electric, somebody from a human resource company, and somebody from that's a food server. I don't know who any of these people are, but I'll check their profiles out. Typically what I do is I right click and I open a profile like that, and I'd take a look at who they are, where they're from.
Right. If they're active, again,
Yeah,
see what kind of
yeah.
activity.
And no, they connected. In this case, they're connected to some people I know. I'd check it out if I felt they were somebody that that I could benefit or whatever from. The ones that I would be like, just out of curiosity, I'm just going to open this one, because ones without pictures always cause me concern right out the bat, because
Exactly.
I'm usually, and see, this person is
Right.
probably fishing.
Yeah.
Person probably doesn't really, maybe they're real, but I would never connect to this person.
Nope.
So as an
And
example.
that's the same advice on Facebook. There's a lot of people who are scamming. That's how you can tell if it's someone got their profile stolen, because they only have 1 or 2 connections. Never do that. Never connect with somebody, even if it's the same name, because what happens is on Facebook, it's been happening a lot. Again, it goes through phases. You'll see even a friend of yours that'll say they want to connect with you. When you're already connected with them, do not connect, because that's just somebody else who stole their profile.
Right. Right. And then this is a human resource person. Like, I get a lot of requests for that. And I would guess this person's probably real. They don't have a very complete profile, though. This may not be. Even though there's a lot of connections, human resources is used a lot in a good way and sometimes in a bad way to connect with people. I'm not sure on this one, because typically most human resource people, if their job truly is in that area and they're trying to, I get those requests for people, and then they try to help me do, jobs, or trying to find me positions in different places, or think that I want to do IT for a company somewhere else, or whatever. Right. But their profiles are typically a lot more complete than this. This is pretty light, right? Yeah. They've only got a couple of, now you could say, well, this person's probably pretty new to this industry, but I mean, it's the only thing I'm seeing. They graduated, 5 years ago. What have they been doing?
Exactly.
So this may be a lot of people connecting, but I have a strange feeling this one isn't probably real either.
Right.
I might be wrong, but I probably wouldn't connect to that person either.
Yeah. That's it. You got to be careful who you're connecting with. So
yeah, this guy here, for some reason, even though he's got a lot less stuff, or he's got less connections. Do you see how much more complete his profile is? Right. I have a strange feeling this person, although may not have been on here long, he's also a premium, which means he's a paid member. Right. This person's probably pretty serious, and I would probably accept the invitation. So I'll accept it. I'm not going to dig into it in great, but that's kind of how I evaluate. Okay. I have no idea why he wants to connect. He could be just for personal preference, or it could be he's got maybe an idea of something he wants to do with me, right? So I don't know.
Cool.
We'll soon find out.
There you go. So your opinion, we're getting it. We got 3 minutes till 8:30. So
yeah.
In your opinion, what is your feeling on LinkedIn as a business owner and for yourself? Do you find it of value? Is it just another social media tool? What's your real opinion?
I really like it. The time requirement is very low, in my opinion. It doesn't take a lot of time, but the return for me has always been good. I sometimes almost think to myself why I don't spend more time there. Yeah. It's not as active, it's not as social as, a Facebook, for example. But I will tell you, the connections I've made and the people who've reached out to connect with me have been very beneficial. And one thing I'll note in just the last few minutes as another real estate advantage, Realtor.com, when you set your profile up, and for the realtors who truly understand the power of getting reviews, one of the nice things is when you get a recommendation on your profile in LinkedIn, down and you can ask for as many of these as you want. So when you get down into your your recommendations and you ask to be recommended, down here you can choose for what you want to be recommended. You just go through steps, and then you ask a couple people to recommend you for the work you did with them, or whatever. Right. And those recommendations can be automatically pulled into your Realtor.com profile. Oh, and a lot of people say, well, what's the real advantage? Like, I don't want to do all this group stuff, and I said, well, okay, well, then, you're going to miss out on a big thing. But I'll tell you one reason alone that LinkedIn is so important. It is such a well-respected platform, not just as a business and most of the information being accurate and there's not a lot of just nonsense on there, but it's also very important to your search. If I put in here Rattini, and if you put in your name, it is very common that LinkedIn will be not necessarily always the first thing that, I don't know if you can see what I'm showing here, but it will very, very typically be in the first 5. And therefore, when somebody's looking up a realtor, if for no other reason, you have a complete LinkedIn profile, when they click on it, they get over there and they see good information about you and that there's some great recommendations about you. People use it to find out about you. And that reason alone is worth making sure you have a complete profile and that you at least do that part of the work. So
very good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, we are at exactly at 8:30. So I don't know if you have anything to wrap up with.
I mean, there's a whole bunch more we could do, but the goal in this was to kind of hit the highlights, and I think we did a great job of that together. And
we'll take questions either at our Facebook or email addresses and things like that. mbuzz.com for you, and on Facebook, Real Estate Tech Tips and Training, or just my Sue Lucas on Facebook, my personal profile. Just go on there and hit us up with some questions, and we're glad to answer them now, or we'll even talk about them next week. So we could do some more chatting then.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, real quick, we didn't chat about what we were going to maybe talk about next week. I know we were kind of going through the social channels. We've hit LinkedIn now, we've hit Twitter, we've hit Facebook. Which one do you want to do next?
Well, maybe YouTube.
YouTube? All right. Let's do YouTube.
Maybe just video and YouTube and things like that. That we are both passionate about getting realtors in Myrtle Beach.
We're going to cover it about 1,000 times, and hopefully one of these days they'll do it.
I'm hoping that So why don't we do that? YouTube and just video in general, and actually show how easy it is to upload a quick little clip. Because it'll take longer to do a full-size thing, but we'll actually maybe video something and show them how quick it is, and then how to take it and go on a Facebook and go through those a work through flow. So go from there. Great.
That sounds absolutely awesome.
All right, cool. And then with that, at the end of all this, I was thinking that I might make for a free offer. How about that? My social media marketing, just my schedule, my plan, and just how it's on a sheet. I'll give it to anybody they can copy and put it out there. So I can just thinking about sending that to you, and all they have to do is just download it once they sign up for the sign-in next week. So
sounds good.
I'll get that over to you. But other than that, I think that's a good thing for next week. And you have a wonderful weekend coming up.
Thank you. You too, Miss
I'm actually heading to Hilton Head for the Realtor Conference, North Carolina, South Carolina. So I'll be down there Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So I'm looking forward to that. Who knows what kinds of things I'll come back with. So we might change our topic. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, hey, love to hear anything. I wish I could go. I'm a little jealous, but have a great time.
I actually might do a Periscope. So if you see me, log on.
Yeah. Invite me. Hopefully, I'll have my phone on at the time you do it. I'd like that. I'm actually listening in on a webinar on Periscope. I wish I could remember who the person is. But I'm excited to it's kind of they've intrigued me with some interesting sort of angle they have. So I'll let you know after I watch it, because you know what they are. So sometimes you watch them and you go, oh God, that wasn't what I thought it was going to be, but hopefully it is. So I'll let you know.
Okay, cool. All right, great. Well, you have a great weekend, and I'll touch base, and we'll see each other next Thursday.
Great. Thank you, Miss Sue. Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all. Bye.